We've all seen those disaster movies, but let me tell you, being prepared for an emergency is no Hollywood fiction. It's about survival, plain and simple. Whether it's a natural disaster, a power outage, or any situation where your safety is at risk, having the right supplies can be the difference between making it out okay and, well, not making it out at all. That's why I've teamed up with the American Red Cross, the Canadian Red Cross, and the International Federation of Red Cross and Red Crescent Societies to bring you this critical information. We're going to walk you through 15 essential items you should have stockpiled because when disaster strikes, you won't have time for shopping. These aren't just random items, these are your lifeline, carefully selected to cover your basic needs and increase your chances of survival. We're talking food, water, shelter, communication, everything you need to weather the storm, whatever that storm may be. When the grid goes down, your digital dollars could disappear faster than a gazelle in a lion's den. ATMs become useless, card readers fail, and you're left holding on to a piece of plastic that's about as useful as a chocolate teapot in the Sahara. That's why having a stash of cold, hard cash is vital in a crisis. Think about it. In an emergency, you might need to buy supplies, fuel, or even pay for transportation, all things that might require cash. It's about having that backup plan, that safety net when the digital world goes dark. I've been in situations where cash was the only thing that stood between me and an empty stomach, or worse. Remember, we're talking small denominations here, folks. 20s, 10s, 5s, the kind of bills that are easily exchanged. And keep it stashed somewhere safe and accessible, not lost in the back of your sock drawer. This isn't about getting rich, it's about survival. And in a crisis, cash is your best bet. Out in the wild, I've learned that staying warm can be a matter of life and death. And when it comes to beating the cold, a good wool blanket is like having a portable fireplace. Unlike synthetic materials, wool retains its insulating properties even when damp, crucial in a survival situation where you might be exposed to the elements. But here's the real kicker. Wool is naturally fire resistant. You see, wool fibers have a higher ignition temperature than many other fabrics, meaning they're less likely to catch fire. And if they do ignite, they burn slower and self-extinguish, offering a vital layer of protection in a fire emergency. Think of it as your own personal safety cocoon, providing warmth and a barrier against the elements. A couple of these bad boys tucked away in your emergency kit, and you're one step closer to conquering the cold and staying safe. We can go without food for a surprising amount of time, but water? Water is a non-negotiable. It's the lifeblood of our very existence, essential for every single bodily function. In an emergency, access to clean drinking water can disappear faster than a mirage in the desert. Dehydration can set in rapidly, leading to fatigue, confusion, and even more severe health complications. That's why having an ample supply of water is absolutely paramount. We're talking at least 1 gallon per person per day for drinking and sanitation. Now, you can't just rely on your tap water. In a disaster, water lines can be disrupted, leaving you high and dry. That's why it's crucial to stockpile commercially bottled water or store your own purified water in clean, airtight containers. Remember, water is your lifeline. It's what keeps you going, keeps you alive. Don't underestimate its importance. Make sure you have enough to weather any storm. Let's face it, when your stomach is rumbling louder than a grizzly bear, it's hard to focus on anything else. In an emergency, having a stash of non-perishable foods can be the difference between keeping your energy up and succumbing to hunger pangs. We're talking about foods that are shelf-stable, require no cooking or refrigeration, and provide essential calories and nutrients. Think canned goods like tuna, beans, and vegetables, along with energy bars, dried fruits, and nuts. These are your survival staples, folks. But it's not just about grabbing any old can off the supermarket shelf. Check those expiration dates regularly and rotate your stock, using the oldest items first. And remember, variety is key. Having a mix of sweet, savory, and salty snacks can do wonders for your morale when you're riding out a crisis. When the lights go out and darkness descends, a reliable flashlight transforms from a simple tool to a beacon of hope. It's your lifeline, allowing you to navigate your surroundings, signal for help, and maintain a sense of control in an otherwise chaotic situation. Forget fumbling around for candles. We're talking about a durable, waterproof flashlight, preferably one with an LED bulb for long battery life and powerful illumination. Trust me, I've relied on my trusty flashlight countless times in the wilderness, and it's never let me down. Keep it somewhere easily accessible, like next to your bed or in your emergency kit, along with a fresh set of batteries. And remember, conserve your battery life by using short bursts of light when possible. You never know how long you'll need it to last. In a disaster, information is power. Knowing what's happening, where to go, and what to expect can be the difference between making life-saving decisions and being left in the dark. That's where a hand crank radio comes in. This isn't your grandpa's old transistor radio, folks. This is a lifeline to the outside world, providing access to emergency broadcasts, weather reports, and critical information when all other forms of communication are down. No need for batteries or electricity, just a few cranks of the handle, and you're tuned in. Look for a model with NOAA weather band access, AM/FM frequencies, and even a built-in flashlight and USB charger for added versatility. It's like having a multifunctional survival tool that keeps you informed and empowered. Imagine this. The power is out, you reach for your trusty flashlight, and nothing. Dead batteries. It's a scenario that can quickly turn dangerous in an emergency, which is why having a stockpile of extra batteries is non-negotiable. We're not just talking about AA or 8AA batteries here, although those are important too. Think about all the devices you rely on, flashlights, radios, even some medical equipment, and make sure you have the right types and sizes of batteries to power them. Store them in a cool, dry place, away from extreme temperatures, and check their expiration dates regularly. Remember, a well-stocked battery supply is your insurance policy, ensuring that your essential devices are always ready to go when you need them most. In a crisis, a well-stocked first aid kit can be as vital as a compass in the wilderness. It's your first line of defense against injuries and ailments, providing the tools you need to treat minor wounds, manage pain, and even stabilize more serious conditions until help arrives. But this is not the time for a half-hearted attempt. We're talking about a comprehensive kit that includes everything from bandages, antiseptic wipes, and pain relievers, to gauze pads, antibiotic ointment, and even a CPR mask. Take the time to familiarize yourself with the contents and learn basic first aid techniques. Knowing how to control bleeding, treat a burn, or splint a fracture can make all the difference in a crisis. When disaster strikes, maintaining hygiene might not be your top priority, but trust me, it's more important than you think. Poor sanitation can lead to the spread of disease, turning a challenging situation into a downright dangerous one. We're talking about the essentials here: hand sanitizer, wet wipes, toilet paper, soap, garbage bags, and even a bucket with a lid for emergency sanitation needs. These items are your allies in preventing the spread of germs and maintaining a semblance of normalcy in a crisis. Pack these items in waterproof bags to keep them dry and easily accessible. Remember, good hygiene is not a luxury, it's a necessity, especially in a disaster situation where health risks are amplified. In the chaos of an emergency, it's easy to overlook the importance of personal documents, but these seemingly mundane papers can be crucial for proving your identity, accessing medical care, or even reuniting with loved ones. We're talking about copies of your driver's license, passport, birth certificate, insurance cards, medical records, and any other vital documents. Store them in a waterproof and fireproof container, or create digital copies and store them securely online. Don't wait for disaster to strike before you gather these documents. Take the time now to create a system, make copies, and inform a trusted friend or family member about their location. In a crisis, having these documents readily available can provide peace of mind and expedite your recovery. In today's world, our cell phones are our lifelines, connecting us to loved ones, emergency services, and vital information. But what happens when the power goes out and your battery dwindles down to that dreaded red bar? Enter the extra cell phone charger, your knight in shining armor. But we're not just talking about any charger. A portable power bank or a solar-powered charger can be a game changer. These compact powerhouses can juice up your phone multiple times, ensuring you can make that emergency call or check for updates even when the grid is down. Consider having a car charger handy as well. If you have access to your vehicle, you've got a temporary charging station on wheels. Remember, communication is key in a crisis, and a dead phone can leave you stranded and in the dark. We've become so reliant on GPS and digital maps that we often forget the importance of good old-fashioned paper maps. But what happens when the internet is down and your phone battery dies? Suddenly, that familiar route home becomes a labyrinth of uncertainty. That's why having a set of local maps tucked away in your emergency kit is crucial. We're talking about detailed street maps of your area, highlighting evacuation routes, hospitals, police stations, and other critical locations. These maps become your lifeline, guiding you to safety and providing a sense of direction when everything else feels chaotic. Don't wait for disaster to strike before you familiarize yourself with these maps. Study them, highlight key routes, and involve your family in the process. Remember, knowledge is power, and knowing your way around even without technology can be a game changer in a crisis. When disaster strikes, you don't have time to be chopping vegetables or simmering stews. You need sustenance, and you need it fast. That's where the American Red Cross 72-hour emergency food kit comes in. This compact, pre-packaged kit contains enough food for one person for 3 days, providing essential calories and nutrients to keep you going. We're talking about ready-to-eat meals, snacks, and even drinking water, all designed for long shelf life and easy portability. Stash one in your car, another at home, and even one at the office. They're compact, affordable, and provide peace of mind knowing that you have a source of food readily available in case of an emergency. In an emergency, your everyday attire might not cut it. Think about it. Flimsy flip-flops won't protect your feet if you need to evacuate through debris, and a light jacket won't keep you warm in freezing temperatures. That's why packing a set of emergency clothing is crucial. We're talking about sturdy, closed-toe shoes, weather-appropriate layers, rain gear, a hat, gloves, and even a change of undergarments. These items can provide protection from the elements, prevent injuries, and keep you comfortable in unpredictable conditions. Remember, functionality trumps fashion in a crisis. Choose clothing that is durable, comfortable, and appropriate for a variety of weather conditions. It's about being prepared for the unexpected and ensuring your clothing doesn't become a liability in a survival situation. In a crisis, a simple multi-tool can become your most trusted companion. It's the Swiss Army knife of survival, offering a range of functions in a compact and portable package. We're talking pliers, screwdrivers, wire cutters, a knife blade, a can opener, and even a saw. Think about it. You can use it to make minor repairs around your home, open a can of food, cut through rope or debris, or even start a fire in a pinch. It's the ultimate problem solver, empowering you to tackle unexpected challenges and adapt to changing circumstances. Choose a multi-tool made from high-quality stainless steel, ensuring durability and resistance to corrosion. Keep it readily accessible in your emergency kit, car glove compartment, or even on your person. There you have it, folks. 15 essential items that the Red Cross urges you to stockpile immediately. These aren't just random items, they're your lifeline in a crisis, providing the tools you need to survive and recover. Don't wait for disaster to strike before you take action. Start assembling your emergency kit today, check those expiration dates regularly, and involve your family in the process. Remember, being prepared is not about being paranoid. It's about being responsible, resilient, and ready to face whatever challenges life throws your way. For more information on emergency preparedness, visit the American Red Cross website at redcross.org. You can find a downloadable checklist of these 15 essential items, along with other valuable resources to help you and your family stay safe. Remember, we're all in this together. Stay prepared, stay safe.